I'm aware of it that you all want to speak flawless English when you are communicating with others without even making any single error. Am I right? Yes, that is why you're all here. Actually, guys, when we get back to real lives, what happens? We can understand almost 90% of this language, but we can hardly produce at least 50% out of it. But why it happens to us? What is the reason behind it? It is because of the system that we are surrounded with. When we get back to olden days, that when we learned this language when we were school children, school students, we are actually the time completely familiar with this language because we are supposed to learn this language in order to give answers to the questions in that examination paper. So as a result, we are completely accustomed to this language and habituated to this language. And also there will be some students who will be obsessed with this language because it is very easy to fill up those blanks and each and everything with those single line answers. Am I right? So actually it is because of that, guys. That time we are forced to learn this language but to not speak this language. So that is why it happens with us. We understand each and everything whatever we read, but we cannot produce or we cannot deliver whatever we are thinking in our mind. It is only because of that, because we are not accustomed to this speaking in this language. We are not familiar to this speaking or you can say producing any sentences in this language whenever we are trying to communicate with others. And you know what, guys? There are so many reasons why you can't speak English in front of others or at least to yourself. The reason number one is you consume more than you produce. Of course, I know that you are the one who says that I'm doing each and everything that one learner has to do in order to improve English. I know that you're all doing all activities every single day to improve your English or to enrich your English. But let me tell you one thing, guys. How many activities are you doing to improve your English and how much time you are spending? For example, if I say that you are the person who is spending a lot of time, like you are spending 1 hour time for watching videos in English and 1 hour for listening to podcast and 1 hour for reading or writing something in English, and what about speaking? And how many of you guys can say honestly and wholeheartedly that you are allotting more time or you are spending more time on speaking irrespective of all these activities that you are doing? How many of you guys can say? Tell me, guys. Nobody can say. Maybe I can find them very rarely. Right? I know that. I know that. I can't find them because everybody just focus on those activities. You are just indirectly pressurizing yourself. You are just giving a lot of burden to yourself, guys. Doing all this stuff of course can help you reach that fluency, but but those activities can't directly help you to reach fluency, guys. You have to speak out. You have to speak your heart out, then only you can. Whatever you are consuming, you have to produce. If you are not producing whatever you are learning that particular day, then how you are supposed to reach the fluency or at least to express your feelings in this language, guys? You cannot even share your ideas in this language if you do not produce how much you are consuming in that particular day. So what I'm trying to tell you is, do not entrust yourself with a lot of activities or with a lot of stuff. Just try to break all those activities into a small work. What you have to do is, you just pick up one, or you just take up one activity for one day. It is enough. Okay, for example, if you just want to spend 1 hour on learning this language, you can spend 1 hour on watching videos and 1 hour for speaking that language. Completely 2 hours. If you can find 2 hours every single day, you do one thing. Just try to watch anything in English, or you can also listen to anything, but only one activity. You are only allowed to do or to pick up only one activity, it's not many activities. I don't want you to do multitasking, guys. I just want you to do one activity, to focus on one task. That is it. Okay, for example, if you think that you want to watch videos, you just do one thing. You try to watch that video in English with the subtitles on. After watching for a half an hour, and you have to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes to summarize whatever you have learned, whatever you have noticed, or whatever you have observed from that respective video. If you do not summarize what happens in that video, then all your attempts will go in vain. So please try to summarize it. Try to summarize it with the help of new vocabulary words that you are learning every single day. And try to summarize it with a very simple and easy language that you can talk. Okay? So this is going to make your job very easier, guys. You do not have to put a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You do not even feel stressful, because you are doing everything very slowly and very simply. You do not have to be overwhelmed. So try to do like this, guys. And all you got to do is, after summarizing, just take yourself some time and think what you have learned, and after that try to produce. That means you have to speak out. You can talk either to yourself or to anybody. If you have any partner, you can talk with them. And this is all you have to do in this first step, guys. And when we talk about the second reason, limited exposure to this language, I know that you are the one who exposed yourself a lot to this language than earlier. But listen to me one thing, guys. You are doing a blunder by thinking that you are exposing yourself to this language every single day. In the name of exposing, what we are doing is we are just getting entertained ourselves. And by the end of the day, we are getting nothing in this language but entertainment. How? Yes, listen me out. Actually, guys, whenever we watch something in YouTube, like whatever the videos that pop up or pop out on our feed, we just try to watch those random videos regarding English. We just watch for one time only. To be honest, we watch only one time, because we feel irritated to watch two times or three times. So we end up watching one video one time. And while we are watching those videos for the first time, we focus on those story and we focus on the characters. This is what we do. We have to accept it, guys. We have to accept this truth. We just pay our attention to those colorful and vibrant characters and to the story of that particular video, you can say of that movie or any video that we watch. And here what we are doing, we are just getting entertained by those videos. We are not learning anything. We are just clouded by the fact that we are learning something by watching videos in English, but in fact we are learning nothing. So what we have to do actually to just avoid this mistake, or not to commit this type of mistake one more time, in all my videos I have told you many times, guys, that you have to watch one video or one movie or anything. Whenever you are watching something on YouTube platform or any platform, you have to watch it for multiple times. When we watch it for the first time, we just focus on the theme of the story, or we just focus on the characters, like how they are delivering and how they are or you can say how they are producing their dialogues or delivering their dialogues. This is how we focus for the first time. But when we watch for the second time or for the third time, we start paying our attention to the English language, or to the subtitles that run under those videos. So this is what happens, guys. So please try to expose yourself a lot to this language. I know that you are exposing, as I told you before, but you have to expose. That means exposing or exposure to this language is not about you are watching a random video in this language and that is done. No, it is not like that. It is about learning, how much you are learning by watching one video or by listening to something or by writing something, anything in English. You have to analyze and you have to just see the progress, how much you are learning and how much you learned today when you compare yourself to the yesterday. This is what exposure, guys. You do not say that I'm just reading news in this language, that is also like exposing myself to this language. No, it is not that. It is not like that. Like how much you learn and what are kind of things you have learned. Have you learned anything new regarding this language? You have to question like this. If you get answer yes to this question, then just consider that you are exposing this to this language a lot. Okay, then only you can feel that you are there is a lot of exposure to this language in your journey. So this is what the second reason. When we talk about the third reason, it is about fear of speaking. How many of you guys can wholeheartedly accept that you can't speak English in front of anyone? Arey yaar, just forget about anyone. Even at least to yourself, when you just go and stand up in front of the mirror, can you talk to yourself after listening to that creepy voice of ours? We can't, literally, we can't. We have to, accept this bitter truth. We have to swallow this bitter truth. Even I was the one who used to feel like this, guys, but I overcame this problem, and I started feeling better once I started speaking my heart out whenever I confront anyone, any friends in this language, anyone. And I also habituated to talk to myself now as well, not even in front of the mirror, even in my dreams as well. I start talking to myself. This sounds crazy and this sounds very creepy, I know that, but you have to go through each and every phase if you want to get this fluency in our life, guys. That is true, that is true. So what you have to do is to get rid of this fear of speaking English in front of others, or in front of yourself. You have to just do one thing, that is talking to yourself. If you are comfortable, once, guys, listen to me, once you get comfortable with the talking to yourself, then you do not find it hard to talk or to communicate with others. So try to be amiable with yourself first. Try to be very friendly with yourself. Try to communicate with yourself in this language very simply and very easily. You don't even need anyone at first. All you got to do is just pamper yourself, just give yourself some time and start talking to yourself in a simple sentences. Do not use any complicated words or fancy words, just very simple words. Once you think that you are very comfortable with talking to yourself and you mastered it, then you can start speaking with a random person. Then you don't find any fear, then you do not get scared, or then you do not get frightened to speak with others. Just trust me, guys, believe me, it is going to work like a magic pill. You once you develop, speaking to yourself, then you just all these fears, and all this anxiety and that nervousness will fade away. That all will be vanished, believe me. So just try to inculcate the habit of talking to yourself. And one more thing is, do not worry about your mistakes. They are common. If you are making mistakes, that means you are learning something new. Yes, guys, we have to make mistakes because I don't want you to miss that golden chance to laugh at your mistakes once you reach the fluency. We should all experience that moment, guys. You know what? How it feels that all our hard work will be paid off one day, definitely, right? That moment, all you got to do is just sit in the chair and just start laughing at your silly mistakes that you used to make when you are a beginner. So this is going to be the most precious moment, guys. So please try to make mistakes as many as possible. Do not think think, what others will say. Actually, guys, nobody cares about our mistakes. Nobody give a fig about our mistake. Instead, we are the ones who thinks more about our mistakes than anybody. So please do not even give a fig about those mistakes, and keep on growing and keep on speaking at your own pace in your own language. So this is all I wanted to say. And of course, one more thing is, it is okay even if you give vague answers to the questions, even if you don't know how to express or how to produce your speech that you have pre-prepared. It is okay, you just produce or you just talk in your own way. That is all we want. Even that speech turns out to be vague and obscure or unclear, it is completely fine, because we are growing, we are taking baby steps, we are not master, like we are not professionals in this. So it happens in everyone's journey, not only us, and we are not exception in this as well. Okay, so that is all I had to say, and now it's time for me to wrap up the video. I'll catch you in my next video. Till that time, please do not forget to take care of your physical and mental health. Okay, bye bye.